so some instructions to make sure that everyone's on the same page, at least getting the code like running. Okay, what we're gonna do is download the Iowa data housing. Okay, boom, click on that, and then click on download. Great, fantastic. And then I'm gonna go back to the directory, to the modules, and click on project 1 Iowa data frame empty. Click on that, boom. Click on downloads. Great, fantastic. So if I go to my downloads directory, not there. I'm gonna close this actually. Oh, right here. My downloads directory. I see 2 files: the project data frame, project 1 QMD, and the Iowa housing CSV. Iowa housing CSV is the data. Project 1 Iowa data frame empty is the R code. What we're going to do, whether you're on Mac, this you're seeing what I'm doing, but on Windows it's the same logic. What we're going to do is create a new directory. Open up a new directory. Let's say it's desktop. Okay, this desktop contains my directory for the class like we created on the first day. We go here, click on this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my project 1 into the right directory. So what I mean by that is I'm going to put into R, because that's where we're working with R. I'm going to put into projects, go to projects. Then I'm going to go into project 1, because we're done with project 1, and I'm going to just place this file there. This is huge important. If you don't have this, we said to do. Okay, if you don't have this, that's another issue. If you have this, good. That's set up. Project 1. So I'm intentionally putting it into R. Okay, to R, then projects, then project 1. Boom, there we go. Go back, go back, go back. Now I'm going to the data. I'm going to go back to data. Go to data. Clone data. Iowa housing is already there because I already worked on this, but I'll just click it and put it there. Replace. Okay, fine. It's whatever. It's the same data. But so you see me doing the action. Now my download folder is empty. I close it. I have my data where it needs to be. I have my R files, R file where it needs to be. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to go back now and click on this rproj. That's key for me to open up R. Boom. Now that I've opened up R, okay, it has homework 3 up there. We can ignore that because we're working on the project. Okay, I'm going to see this environment. Okay, this is cool. You might be in homework 3 directory initially, and that's fine. But what I'm going to do is go back to the root. Go back to the actual directory that I was, where my project is, or the overall project. That's what I mean by that. This directory, okay, this folder. And so now that I'm here, I can now go to R, go to projects, go to project 1, and go to project 1 data frame empty. Now this is going to be the project that we're working in. So it's huge. If you're watching this video and you made it this far, amazing, amazing, great. I'm so happy. I don't know. I gotta keep saying it because I'm so happy you made it this far. Amazing. However, what's huge here is that you, how do I say this? You follow instructions, play the game, pay attention. We're gonna start from the top of the markdown file, the Quarto file, all the way to the bottom. Okay, so as in you're gonna read this, and low-key, I think we already did this. Okay, we already put our file Quarto document to project 1. And we put our data, put the Iowa data into that. So this is good. Okay. And I tell you about the backticks in terms of variables. You're working in Visual, that's fine. If you're working in Source, that's fine as well. The very first thing to do after you read this is the task 1 is to place your name here. Okay. So I put a bunch of tasks within the file, and you just have to follow the tasks that you do. So you put your name there. Good. Fantastic. This is another huge thing in that when it comes to the code that's given to you, most of the code is in comments. What I mean by a comment is that this is what I mean by comment. The hashtag is in front of it, meaning that if you press this run button, this play button, it's not going to do anything. Okay? What you have to do if you're on Mac is to highlight only the comment section and then uncomment it. Okay? When you do that, you see a bunch of X's indicating we need to follow what task 3 tells us to do. Meaning that we need to put in here right here. That's a library. Okay, put it here. Boom. Okay, you see how the X went away? Because that's what I put in what needs to be put there. Boom. After that, read R. Okay, and so on and so forth. So that's what you would do for task 3. Kind of skip task 2. Task 2 just to run this chunk. Okay. So I wanted to take a moment and talk about uncommenting things. So I did that. So at least we are familiar with uncommenting things. But in terms of task 2, before you even do that, this is key in terms of understanding your analysis that you're going to do. So make sure you run that. Make sure you read this. Okay, you're running 2 regression models here. Okay, so that's big. Run this to install the packages. Okay, run this to install the packages. Okay, and the thing is, if you do not run, all right, watch this. Play the game. Pay attention. If you do not run this chunk right here, if you don't run this, but then you try to run this, it won't work. Okay, so make sure you run this. Okay. I then also give you instructions in terms of putting data, as you can see, put data here, and then put Iowa housing.csv here in the second blank. Okay, you got to read those tasks. It's in order. And then once you do that, you uncomment this. You uncomment this. Let's do this together. I'll do it with you. Okay, boom. Data. Watch, I'm gonna be a hypocrite on purpose. Because watch this. Boom. Iowa housing data frame. If you've been paying attention to what I said, this shouldn't work because I didn't run this chunk before. Right? Read CSV doesn't work. So if you saw that issue, it's because we didn't run this before. Because of time, and I don't want to just do everything for the entire project right now, what I'm going to do is just do here, and I'm going to do read R. Okay. And when I uncomment this, run this. That's not an error, so we're good. This is not an error. When I run this now, no error. I get my data frame. I'm then asking you to do Iowa underscore df. It doesn't autocomplete because it's commented, but I'm gonna comment this out. Is this Iowa df? It is. Okay. When I run this now, it's gonna pop up with the data frame. Boop. There's my data frame. There's my data frame. Okay. We got this. We are learning. We're out here. Okay. We're learning. And so after that, you should answer the questions within the Quarto file, as you see here, okay? And then fill in. So this says task 1, task 6, sorry. Fill in blank with data frame Iowa DF in the first blank. This is the first blank. So within the first blank, you know what I'm going to put in? Iowa DF, okay? It says... and then run the code to get the summary statistics for sales price and given living area and appropriate code chunk below. This will not run if I uncomment this. Okay, it won't run. Watch, error. It's going to say, what are those blanks? What do those blanks mean? What I need you to do is to place sales price into where it says mean sales price. Put sales price where it says SD sales price. Put great GR living area where it says mean GR living area, and so on and so forth. So after you do that, all this is pretty much straightforward. Okay? Pretty much straightforward. Okay? Hopefully this video helps, and we'll go from there. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Keep it. Okay. How do I stop this thing? Where is it? Okay, there we go.